There's someone that needs to be on this call right now, and you haven't sent the message yet. Go ahead and send a text message and get more people in here right now because I know it's going to help someone. I don't know who. Somebody might get something today that they could apply to their businesses and it'll change the results, right? That's what we are ultimately looking for. I'm Digna Deleon Morris, and I'm very grateful to be here today. Zach, thank you for inviting me, and I'm just very excited to be here, guys. So get one more person here. Somebody in your team needs to be here right now. So go ahead and send the message. Again, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here in front of you guys, and I'm going to do my best to give you some value today, right? The time that you're going to put in here, I want you to take something that you could literally take back into your business and apply it today and just start growing your business. You're here now because you want to grow an agency. You just don't want to sell. You want to sell and recruit, build an agency, and eventually have an amazing business where you provide a lot of value for a lot of people. And that's what we're all trying to do here today, right? So, grateful for the opportunity. First of all, I want to thank God because without God, I'm nothing. He makes everything possible. Trust me, on my worst days, if God wasn't with me, I don't know how I get through it, right? So, and I know you could identify with something like that. So, Sean Mike is amazing, but he just had a vision and he worked really hard for it, right? So he didn't give up when the company was in the beginnings, and that's why we are here today. So I want to thank him for not giving up and having this incredible opportunity for you and I to come in and duplicate, because that's really what we're all doing, duplicating the system that he built 11 years ago. And that's what most of us have done. And some have done it really well, really fast. But none of us here created like something like from scratch. We just took what was already in place and we ran with that opportunity. And the reason why some people have done it faster is because they believe in this since day one. So for me, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Digna DeLeon Morris, and I'm a mom of four children. I'm a wife. So I have things going on in my life, right? This is not all I do. I have four children, I have a new grandbaby, and I have a husband. So I'm busy. And so are you. But this is my number one priority after God and my family is my business, right? So sometimes, you know, you go through so much because I went through a lot, guys, to be here today with you. I came in this industry not because I wanted to. That was not my dream to get an insurance license. That was not never part of my dream of my agenda. I I went to corporate America. I went to college. I got two college degree, which I don't use, by the way. Disclaimer, I only use my license today. So, and I went to work corporate America, and goodness, I thought that was it for me. Like I was climbing the corporate ladder and I was making more money and I was, earning six figures a year. And then I became a mom, and then I have one child, then I have three, then I have four. And then I'm like, holy cow, I'm never home. I need to be home with my children. And that was the biggest why of my life. I wanted to be home with my children. I wanted to work from home. And that didn't happen very fast. And my husband, thank God for him, he had this thing that he wanted to build a business. And I'm like, how do I leave this job that's paying me all this money and go build businesses with you? It doesn't make sense. So I took one for the team. I stayed in corporate and he went to build a business. And eventually I was able to retire from that job and come home full time for my children with network marketing. Most people don't make it there, but we did. We had a great run with network marketing. We made a lot of money, but guess what? We lost it all. In 2016, we had nothing, zero. We started from zero. And this is when my husband said, "You have to get a license for insurance." And I wanted to kill him, literally, like, please. Anyway, so I did. I got my license and I went to work. And guys, I didn't know what I didn't know. And this is why I'm so happy for this company, right? Because I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know that you could buy leads. I didn't know that you could have more than one company. I didn't know that you could get paid daily. I didn't know any of those things when I started in this industry, right? So I had to go through all those challenges for almost 5 years, guys. 40% commission, one company, everybody went through medical, all that stuff to find this opportunity. So this is why maybe I appreciate it so much. Some of you guys are here and this is all you know, and you're like, oh, it's supposed to be that way. Well, let me tell you that it's not. It wasn't that way for me and for a lot of people in this company. We know what it was like when I had to send everyone for medical and I only got paid twice a month. And if that policy was declined, guess what? I wasn't going to get paid. So it was like, oh my gosh. And what was like to call my friends and family. And they would not invite me to any barbecues anymore because I was always talking about, getting insurance or whatever. And they just didn't want to invite me. So you guys don't know what that is like. And that's probably why you are so relaxed with this business, because I didn't know that when I came here and I saw that you could go on social media, that you could buy leads and then you could recruit everybody and build an agency. I'm like, holy cow. And nobody's going to tell me not to do that. Guys, I'm going to tell you, in the company before before I was here, I got in trouble because I've learned how to do illustrations by myself. Can you believe that? I was like, what? I got in trouble for that. I mean, they pulled me in a room and Digna, you're supposed to come through us. Are you kidding me? So what we don't know is what they have as leverage to keep us where we are and those companies. But you and I don't have those limitations, guys. And then some of you guys are here so relaxed because you have leads. You can buy leads whenever you want. You have a Zoom meet. I mean, you could do anything. You could build an agency as big as you want. So when I saw that, I was like, what? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do this big. Obviously that didn't happen on day one, right? I had to go through my challenges here to be here today, because it was not easy from day one, guys. I had to completely change what I was doing and start from zero. And that's one of the hardest things for some people here today, to forget what you know and to learn a new system, to follow what's already working, and just don't try to reinvent anything, really. So for me, it was a big process at the beginning. And I came in here with 10 agents on day one because I'm a builder. Let me tell you, I was invited to a meeting at the beginning of my Family First Life journey in Boca. I don't even know how I got the invitation, but I was invited. And guess what? If there's an event, guess who's going to be there? Digna. Guess who's going to be sitting up front? Digna. I was right in the front, and Sean was talking, and all these top producers, integrity partners were there. And I'm listening and I'm taking notes. And I saw this one number that changed everything for me, guys. I don't remember who it was because I didn't know anyone in this company. It's at 500 active agents, 5 million a month. It changed my life. I was like, wait, what? 500? That's it? 500. You're kidding me, right? That was me then, because my husband and I built a network marketing and we have thousands of people in our team. But 5 million a month, that was not even a thought. Like, what? This is crazy. So when I saw those numbers, they made sense to me. Like, they didn't really make sense, but they made sense to me. Like, I'm looking forward to 500 people in my team. And I won't stop until, right? But it wasn't that easy, right? Because you get a bunch of people and they drag you down. And that's what I was doing at the beginning. I had this 15 agents and it was just like them and they're complaining and they're not getting in with the system. And then a lot of you are there right now. You have the same group of people that you started with. And that's why you're not growing. You need new people in your team. And you need to recruit every single day. You want to build a big agency, then you have to go and recruit. Because when I got here, I said, I'm going to start recruiting. And then things didn't go my way. I didn't find those beautiful people that were going to build a big team with me from day one. But guess what? I didn't stop. And I'm so grateful for the people here. Like my personal mentor, my upline, Maritza, she never stopped recruiting. She keeps recruiting and she keeps building. And I'm like, I'm just going to do what she's doing. I'm just going to copy paste what she's doing. And that's what I've been doing, guys. I'm not inventing anything. Now, yes, I'm going to for me, I want to make it better to work for me. But I'm going to just take the baseline. It's already there. So I'm going to build on something that's already working. And that's exactly what I did. So I'm going to give you a few things that I know can help you today if you really want to build a big business, right? Because I tell you, 2023, we did about $1 million as an agency in 2023. In 2024, the entire year, we did 5.2 million. Not bad, right? I had, let me see, about 140 writers and 100 new writers in 24. 100 new people in my team in 2024. Guess what? This year through June, I have almost 5.3 million. What I did the entire year, I already did it this year and double the amount of writers. Okay. Why? Because I didn't stop. When it got really difficult for me, when the chargeback rollover came to my team, to my agency, and I had to deal with that, when people were quitting on me, when I wasn't making money, I didn't give up. I kept on working and recruiting and selling and crying my tears to my upline, but still recruiting and selling. And that's why today I could stand here and say, we're just getting started. Because I'm kind of getting it now. I wasn't getting it then. I'm getting it now. Like now, I'm like really seeing the, what could be possible with the 500 agents that I saw that meeting in my first 30 days in this company to 5 million a month. Now I can see it, right? Now in 2023, June 1st, 2023, right here. We did a lock-in with my mentor, right? We used to do lock-ins every month almost. And I wrote down that I was going to be a Hall of Fame producer and a $1 million a month agency. That was 2 years ago, guys. And both things happened. Now I made it 10 million, right? Because that's what my next goal is. Because I kept that in front of me. So when I hit 100,000 a month, I wasn't going to stop there and stop working because I wanted 1 million. So you got to keep going and you got to keep increasing those goals every single time, because if not, you're going to stop working. I guarantee you, you will. So one of the things is you got to build the vision that's so big for your team. Because some people, they say, well, I want to do 500K a month or whatever. So talk to your people. What do they want to do? Because here's the thing, if my goal is 1 million a month and there are people on my team that want to do more than that, then my vision is too small for them. They might need another leader. So think about, what is it that my people want to do? Who are the people that I'm attracting to my team? Build a vision that's so big and it's mission driven. It's not commission driven. It's a big difference. If people in your team are here for the commission, guess what? Once they get their bills paid, they're going to go. They're going to stop working and they're going to be comfortable. I have a mission. There's so many people that need to hear from this opportunity, guys, and they need to get a license. They don't have it yet. They don't even know that Family First Life is a thing. And they're going to find out because of one of us. And they're going to come here and change their lives. Guys, I have a 21-year-old on my team that I met with him last week. And he has $150,000 in his bank account. Now he wants to open offices in everywhere. He want to open a new office and he want to work in person. We work virtual. And I'm like, wow. When he came to my team, he couldn't even talk on the phone. He didn't know what an IUL was. He didn't have any money, obviously, to buy leads. I gave him leads. And when you see things like that, how could you stop? How many more 21-year-olds I could impact today, or he could impact today with what we have? So build the vision real big. And then you got to build the structure around that vision, guys. It's not going to happen by chance. You have to build structure. What does that look like when somebody come into your team, right? So if you don't have like a system that you work every single day, it's going to be hard for people to stay in your business. That's why a lot of people, they recruit a lot, and I see it, but they can never build a team. I've seen people, when I came in here, they have the same amount of people that they have today in their teams. And most likely they're going to stay there another 5 years because you have to change. I had to change the way I was working in order to attract better people in the team. So, one of the things is building the culture, right? So, what is it like in your team? What do you stand for? Did you already think about that? When people come into your team, doesn't matter what size of the team you have right now, because it's what's the vision is we're going to get there, but we're going to get there together. I'm going to attract those people into my building, into my team, into my agency, right? And then you're going to go build with the builders. Okay, not everyone that's coming in your business is going to be a builder, and you need to know that. Some of us think everyone that comes in, they're going to build a business. They're not. Some people are going to bring 2 or 3 agents, and that is it for them. That's they're not going to go any further because they're not growing. Guys, as a leader, you got to continue to grow because you're going to attract people in your team that are level 10. And if you're a level 5, guess what? You're not going to be able to build with that person. So you got to keep growing in order to attract those people into your team, guys. So when you talk about building with the builders, I'm talking about people that are committed as much as you are. People that are going to show up and follow a blueprint that you laid out for them. People that are going to invest early when there's no results yet. So those things are important when you're looking at people that you want to really pour into those people and work with them. Are they in it to win it with you? Are they there with you first thing in the morning, last thing at night? Are they gonna stay there when it's only you? I remember sometimes there was only 5 of us, 10 of us, and then we just kept growing. Guys, every day in my morning training, we have 150 people. Every morning, 6 days a week. But at the beginning, it was just me. And then 3, and then 5, and then 10, and then 15. But I didn't stop when it was just 5. I just kept going. So we talk about compounded interest when we talk about IULs. I don't know about you, but I work IUL, so I do talk about that. It applies to everything that we do. So if you compound your time and your recruiting and your selling, all that stuff compounds over time, guys. But here's the thing, when you stop, you got to start over and start compounding again. And that's what happened to most people. I could have stopped when the agency was doing 300,000 a month and I'm like, "Oh, we're good. Let me stop recruiting." That's a big mistake because a lot of those people are no longer here. So I had to keep going to find the new people that were going to build with me and continue to attract better people. So you got to know and you got to make a list of your sacrifices. What things are you going to sacrifice today to build this big agency? Because it's not going to be free. I could tell you right now what sacrifices. I sacrifice a lot of time with my family, guys. There was a lot of baseball games for my younger son that I didn't make it on a Saturday. And thank God for my husband. We will would team play, right? So we're like, babe, you go to the game. I can't go. I got a training with the team. I have a new agent that I'm helping. There was a lot of movie nights that I missed. So you got to know what things are you going to sacrifice to be here. I didn't buy a new car. I just couldn't because I had to invest in leads for the team. I'm not going to spend money. I'm not going to go on vacation for 2 years. Those are the things that I did. You don't have to do those things, guys. You could do it your way. I'm telling you what I did, right? So I would not spend money on vacations because I was building a business. So everything went back in the business. So think about the sacrifices that you're going to put in ahead of time because they're going to pay later. I promise you. I could take a vacation wherever I want right now. I could book a flight right now and go somewhere, and my business is going to do more without me, I think, right now, than with me in it. Because they don't need me to build their businesses. So you have to understand that there's going to be a price that you need to pay, and you need to pay it up front, no discounts. A lot of people want the discounts up front. I wanted 50% off right from the beginning. Nope. You got to put in the long days, the 7 days a week. You have to put in the time and you have to put in the money because it takes money to build this too, guys. So when you start getting those commissions, it's really nice to go buy some new things. But it's nicer if you buy leads and systems and help your team. Because then that comes back to you 10 times fold. I promise you. Now, how do you build the structure for the team? Because he is one of the things that I see a lot. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't have, systems in place for your agency, maybe that's why you're not growing. The minute I started building systems, everything changed for us. So, what is your onboarding process looking like? If I'm a new agent today and I come into your business, what does that look like for me? I want you to think about that because that's the first experience of that agent. I talk to people all day, every day, and this the stuff that they tell me, like, well, I don't know who I'm working with. They never call me. I never learn anything. They don't have any trainings. They don't have this. They don't have that. And sometimes people make stuff up. I get that. But if you have a clear system for onboarding your new agents, it changes the game, guys. Somebody comes in and somebody takes care of that person right away, and they know the next step and the next step and what's training looking like for your agency. When you have that built up into the system, it's going to be a lot easier for you to grow. Because before, if I brought one agent, I had to really be on it, or five agents. Now I could bring 100 agents in a week and I'll be fine. We have a system in place for that. That's the difference, because there's a training system that's already happening with or without me, right? So we build up to that point. There's a Zoom link that works every time, 6, 7 days a week. Guys, my team, my Zoom open at 8 a.m. and it's open until midnight every single day. So when you have something like that and your agents know that they have a place to go, but what else do we did we put together in that system? We have managers, we got leaders that are going to be there working with those people. So they know, oh well, I'm working with so and so. Let me go to that room and work with that manager. I know there's a training at this time, and I know there's an agency building call at this time, so I could invite friends and I could invite people that want to work with us. So what is that system looking like for you? This is the question you need to start asking. What does it look like when a new person comes into my business? Because you're building an agency. What is contracting looking like? How do you follow up on that? Did you already get a staff? Somebody to help you? Because you're not going to be able to do this by yourself, guys. Since I started here, I had my first person, and that gave me responsibility. So I had to start making money no matter what, because I needed to pay Jessica. And Jessica's still with me today. And Jessica, oh my God, she did it all. She knows how to do everything in our business because she's been moving from one place to the other until I was able to get more people. So you need to have some help, because if you don't, it's going to be really hard for you to try to sell, recruit, and then train your people and then do everything. Guys, you got to invest early to be able to have something massive later. And some people are not willing to do that. What else do? I build a culture where I want retention. I don't want people coming in and going out and talking bad about what we do here. No, enough of that. No, no, no. I want people to come in and have an amazing experience. I want, and trust me, not everybody stay, because that's just the name of the game. But when they come in here and they're serious about doing this, and I'm gonna find out quickly, because if they're not ready to do training, be on Zoom, have a schedule, have a why, and buy leads, they don't belong in my agency. They just don't. And then when you build the people, guys, they're gonna go and build the business. I promise you that every day, all day. In our agency, I don't decide everything that happens there. I have a team of leaders, managers that work with me, and those managers would meet every single week. Not when I feel like it, not when it's emotional, not no. Every single week we have a managers meeting. And that helps us make decisions together. And this is how our agency has such an amazing system today, because I didn't do it. I'm not that smart. I got very smart people that work with me. and we put it all the ideas together, and then we come up with the best plan for the agency, and then we put it to work. And guess what? Sometimes it doesn't work, and we just change it and we do another one. But we are all committed to do it together and to grow the agency together. So that feels very good when you do that. Now, you got to care enough for your people. You got to invest in your people before they show you anything. Some of you guys are waiting. Let me find the one that's going to produce 40K and then I go help. No, believe in people from the beginning. If they show the commitment, if they're ready to work, some people just need to believe that this is going to work for them. And if you don't show that you really care, not so much about how much they're producing, but to care about the individual, the person, and then see if there's something there, you're going to find out quickly about that too. So just believe in people right from the beginning and let them show you otherwise. Now, another thing is events. Some of you guys are just like, you tell people there's an event. Like, hey, at night is coming, let's invite, and you all excited about it. I make a plan for that event. I make an agenda. I hold people accountable. I have lock-ins around any event that we do in the company. So we're gonna have a convention. Guess what? We're gonna have lock-ins at the convention. We're gonna have a knit night. Every manager has a plan to have a lock-in. As of right now, my team is planning to have at least 20 lock-ins in knit night. That sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, I got some crazy people working with me right now. We want to really scale this agency. But that's the best place to do it. Some of you guys are waiting for September 25th to start inviting for Ignite because it's too early. Some of my people already have a house ready for their lock-in October. That's the difference. You got to take full advantage of those places because everyone that's great in the company is going to be there. And these people are going to come in and they're going to get all this knowledge and all of this. And then what? They're going to go back home, back to their problems. Take full advantage while they're still there and put them to work. Let's use what you just learned and put it to work immediately. So, what is your plan for Ignite? How many people are you going to have there? Whether you're a person that just started, you just got here, or somebody that's been building, what is your plan for Ignite? How many people are you going to have there? How many of your people are going to have people there? Because what's going to happen, you're going to get there and you're going to say, oh my gosh, I wish I had 5 more people here. I wish, I wish. Well, guess what? It's July. You have time. Because from there, what I'm going to do, I'm already getting ready for convention. Like everything that I talk about from there is convention. I don't want to talk about anything else. But how many people you bringing to convention this year? Did you already get a house? What's the plan? But some people wait to a week before and then they don't have money to buy the flights. You got to plan in advance for those things, guys. That is huge. And then, really investing back in your business is not even like, it's not even a question, right? I talked about that earlier, but I want to, bring that back. You have to pour into your team. You got to invest back in the business. And sometimes it might not even make sense. You're like, holy cow, I put back everything that I got. Sometimes you're going to have to do that. But then it gets to a point. Somebody told me this at the beginning and I didn't believe it. I was like, oh my, is that real? They say you're going to put in money, you're going to put in money. And it's just like right there, right there, right there. But then it gets to a point that your money's here and your investments are here. Like you can see that they're like, oh my God, I put all this money back and I still got all of this because it's compounded. Because now it's not just you. Now you have a bunch of people that are also investing in their businesses and they also growing their agency. And that's the difference when people start investing because you already created the culture around that. Now, let's talk about leads for a minute and building a culture around your team that you have to have leads to do this business. The day that I was able to create a system for leads for my team, that I wasn't depending on, are you going to buy leads at the, like what's out there is like, no, we have leads, guys. We're going to create, we're going to find the system, we're going to figure it out. And we did. Everything changed. The day that I said, oh, no, leads are automatically deducted from a bank account somewhere, from a credit card. And at the beginning, I had to max out all of my credit cards, and I didn't care because I understood where I was going, right? So if you don't have your leads in auto pay, it's going to be hard for you to grow this business. Because if you don't invest in leads daily, guys, you're not going to get paid every month here. I have gotten paid every month in this business. Whether the company took it because I had chargeback, it doesn't matter, but I got paid every month. Okay? Because I invested every single day. So there's a correlation there. So if you don't buy leads and your team they don't understand that without leads you cannot do this business, it's going to be really hard to grow a big agency. So think about that for a minute. What is the culture around leads in your team? What are you guys doing for leads? Are you depending on somebody? Are you everybody's calling all leads? Whatever the system is, but have a system around it that they understand this is what we do for leads and this is what works. Have some numbers, figure something out. Put the metrics together like, hey, when you call this many, if you want to make more money, buy newer leads. If you have more time, get the old ones. You got leads here, you could buy leads at $2, guys. That's insane. You just got to put in more time, make more calls, right? But if you have the money, start there, but then just move up to the next level. There's so many places where you could buy leads, you could build a system, you could do. Guys, we have so much. ILC is rich with leads at all prices. So you don't have to reinvent anything. Just make sure you have a system for your team to know where to go and get leads every single week. And those that make it automatically, those are the ones that are going to be selling every single month. Not 1 or 2 months. I see a lot of people here. They sell really good 1 month, and then the next month it goes down. And then they go up and down, up and down. That's not a successful business. That's not going to be sustainable. That's not duplicatable. Now, the other thing is, guys, you have to, whatever you do, it has to duplicate. If it's too smart, too complicated, if it's not going to work. You have to make it simple that is duplicatable. Anyone could plug in and do it. When I see a brand new agent that never sold a policy before, get on Zoom with a manager, with someone that they're working with their upline, and they follow in a script and they sell a policy, that's duplicatable. Anyone could do that. And if you're not doing that today and you are too smart and you're saying all these big words and you're making it complicated, well, then you're not going to duplicate faster. So think about how you're doing your sales process today and how duplicatable is that process. Some people make it way too difficult and it's too hard to duplicate. So think about that for a minute. Now, here's another thing that really helped me. And it took time because I'm Latina, so I'm very emotional driven, okay? That's hard for me. But you have to solve problem with system and not emotions. I'm telling you, that's going to change the game for you. Some people are too emotional for this business. And you got to have the hard conversations with your members, with your team, with whoever, managers, whoever. You have to have those conversations. You got to bring them down to the numbers, to the logic. Like, hey, so and so, I get it. You're going through all of this, but here's the deal. You're not buying enough leads. And you don't know your presentation. And this is why you're not getting paid. And this is why you're complaining. Because every time I hear somebody complain, they're not making any money. Oh, they had a chargeback. And I could go back and track down when was the last time you bought leads. Well, how many days of the week are you on Zoom? Are you following the steps from your manager? No. And you go back and you find the problem. But you cannot solve problem with emotions because I'm telling you right now, that's what a lot of people are doing, and that's why they're not growing. Every time I hear the same question more than 3 times, I build a training around it. And I put a recording and I'm like, here's how you solve that problem. And there's a training somewhere for that because they're gonna keep asking the same thing. Just build a training around that and record it and have it ready. Hey, here's that. Oh well, Transamerica. Every time I try to, I had okay. Let's do a training how to log in Transamerica when you first get it, and now go see video number 3 in that training system that I have. See what I mean? So you're not emotional about it. You just have a system for it. And I know that sounds a little crazy, but it's real. Because if not, you're going to keep repeating yourself. I see people spending time in things that they could have taken care of those things a long time ago. Like with the video, really. Now, let's talk about social media for a minute. If you want to build a big agency and you're not on social media, you need to get on social media today. When I have my trainings and I ask who here came from social media, 99% of everybody on they raised their hands. They all came from social media somewhere. They saw a YouTube. They saw me on Instagram, on Facebook, somewhere. So if you say today, well, I don't know about social media, well, I don't know about you building an agency, don't dream about it. It's not going to happen, guys. Social media is the way to go, and it's free 99, guys. Get on it. And then here's the thing. Some people want to get it all together. They got to have all the makeup. They got to do all. No, that's not it. Pick up your phone and say something. Invite people. Let me tell you, I recruited a bunch of people last week. You want to know why? I went to ChatGPT and I put that in Spanish. I put, if I have my insurance license, what's the best company to work for? Number one, Family First Life. Go do it yourself. Number one. I just posted that and a bunch of people reach out to me. I mean, there's so many things you could do today with AI, guys, that you don't even have to be that smart. I know I'm not. I have ChatGPT help me with a lot of stuff. But at the end of the day, you have to pick up the phone and do a video. That's you. That ChatGPT is not going to do that for you. You're going to have to do that yourself. And it's not that complicated. If you know that this is a valuable opportunity, just share with others. I'm pretty sure in your agency that somewhere there's an opportunity presentation. They even give us a link, a page with Sean presenting the opportunity, and you could use that. It's in your Family First Life portal. Go get that. Ask your manager how to get it. So you already have a system for recruiting. You just got to get out there and do it. And social media is what everyone that you want in your business is. That's, I'm telling you, most people that you want in your business, they are in social media and they are following you and they're looking to see what you're doing, if it's working. I have people that reached out to me. I have a new person in my team right now, and he's a friend of 15 years. And we've been in other industry together, and he reached out to me through social media. He's like, what in the world are you doing with this insurance? I got my license last year. I didn't even know he was in insurance. And he's doing amazing. He closed like 4 policies this week. And he's brand new to the team. Again, he was following me on social media. I didn't even know. And he reached out to me. People that I haven't spoken in years, they're reaching out because they see in social media. But we post every single day, a couple of times a day. So that's a formula for you. Get on social media today if you want to build an agency. No social media, sorry, no big agency. You could have a little one, but not a big one. Okay? And then you got to keep the vision in front of your team, guys. One more time. What is the vision? What's the mission in your business? What is that mission that you want to bring people to? Right? So we're going to do this together. I really don't think that you need to invent anything new here. Like everything is already done. You don't have to be super smart and like sound really good. Really, you just got to see, okay, who's having success? What are they doing? How can I duplicate that? And then let me build the vision around that for my team. And you could decide who you want to help. That's going to help you too. Who is that ideal person? Who's the avatar that you want to help? Maybe you want to help, I don't know, single dads. Maybe you want to help single mothers. Maybe you want to help. I love helping women my age that work in corporate. They like to make money, but they want to take care of their families, right? That's who I love to help. And I find a lot of those women to come to my team. I get a bunch of guys too, but the girls that are my core people, they know who I'm looking for. And those are the ones that always message me. So define your avatar, define the person you want to help. And that's who you talk to on social media. You don't talk to everybody, hey guys. No, talk to that one person. And there's millions of those people out there waiting for your message. Just think about the lives you're going to change this year. And I want you to start thinking about convention today. Obviously, we have the Ignite conference first, but think about convention. And I do this with my team all the time. Like, think about what is it that you want to be recognized for a convention? Are you going to walk that stage? How close are you to those numbers to close, to pass that stage? What's going on with your team? What kind of team you want to have there? How many people you're going to have? Like, you got to start looking at this. You have to look at the picture. If you do a puzzle, I know there's some people here that are really good at puzzle building, right? How many of those people that are here that build a puzzle? I know Marissa does those all the time. How many of those people have built one without looking at the complete picture? Very few people. You have to look at the whole picture first, and then you go and put the pieces together. And guess what? Sometimes you're going to be missing some pieces. They're going to disappear. The cat is going to take it, whatever. But you still keep going for that picture because you already know how it looks like in your head. I want you to look at your business the same way. What does it look like when it's all done? When it's like the way you want your business to be? Who are the people that you're helping? If you can see that today, it's going to be hard to get there. Who are the people that are going to change their lives because you say yes, because you didn't give up? Every time I hear a story in my team of someone that it's like, oh my God, Digna, I don't need that job anymore. I quit the job. I'm doing this full time now. I'm helping my family in Colombia. I'm doing whatever they do. And it's just like it brings me so much joy and happiness. Like I want to do so much more of that. I'm like, I'm not doing enough. That's how I feel every single day. I'm not doing enough. I got to reach out to more people. So, lastly, you got to recruit every day, guys. Not when you feel like it. Again, take the emotions away. Not when you feel like it, every single day. Because the people that you have today in your team might not be the same people you're going to have when you get the agency where you want it to be. Because I promise you, a lot of the people that started with me, they're not here today. A lot of the people that were with me when I was doing 100,000 a month, they're not here today. I have a bunch of new people that came because I didn't stop recruiting. So why should you? Recruit daily and train your people, develop, the team, build the vision, build the people, and I promise you, you too could have an amazing agency. I don't know if there's any questions for me. Anybody has any questions? I'm gonna just look and see if there's any questions. Or is there anything else that anyone, Zach? I don't know if there's anything else. I could keep going and talking all day, every day. We good? Okay. Okay, what Alexander is asking, what's the biggest thing that I share with my team? Okay, so they could buy the vision. Guys, this is not like some people get very emotional and they just do this when they feel like it. I show up every day. So one of the things that I show my team and to build this vision that we have, we're going to help a lot of people, right? So we have a big goal. If we want to be a $10 million a month agency, I show them the number. This is how many people we helping today. This is how many people we need to be helping, right? And then I tell stories. So I have always have people coming in into the trainings and sharing their stories, right? And I promise you, only people that are producing. People that are on the top 10, they're going to tell the story. They're going to give something to the new agent. So we keep building that vision. This is what we want to do. This is what we're going to look like. And then I bring people like Andrew Taylor, like Zach Chudowski, like Sean. I bring Maritza. I bring Grady. I bring people, or I plug them in into this call so they can hear other people that are already doing what we want to do. That is already possible. So there's already a story of somebody that did it. So I keep selling that story to them. I tell the story when Sean started the company 11 years ago, guys. And the other day, Sean asked a question to someone, and I'm going to say the same thing here. Um, National Life is one of our biggest companies, right? They've been around 176 years, guys. And they did 600 million last year. 176 years in business. Family First Life has been in business for 11 years. And they did 800 million last year. Hello? I mean, the numbers are just there. So that's the vision, guys. Nonstop until we help enough people. And I think I'll keep doing this until, because there's way too many people that have no idea that there's a family first life. They have no idea that they could get a license and change everything they're doing today and have an amazing life and really have success and impact in other people's lives. So keep sharing that. Awesome. It looks like we answered the question. Let's see. Do you have a social media script? Oh, no. No no scripting. Be you. That's my social media script. I just get on the phone and say, "Hey, I'm looking for people that want to change their lives. If you have an insurance license, if you don't, I just do a video, quick video. Be from the heart. Be you." Because a lot of people want to put a script on everything. I get it. You're going to have a script to sell a policy, but then later you got to come out of that script. You can only follow that to get you so far, but you got to come out of the script and be real. People want real people. Tell your story. They're going to connect with you more when you are real and you tell who you really are than when you're pretending to be somebody you're not. And that's going to be a game changer for you guys. Awesome. Well, I love you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If hopefully I gave you something today that could help you take your team to another level, and if not, I'm sorry. I try. I'm on social media. If you have any questions you want to ask me, go ahead and send me a DM. I love to help you whichever way possible. This is a simple business, guys, but you have to show up every day, whether you feel like it or not. That's the difference. I've been showing up for the last 3 years, and I'm going to keep doing that. And that's why my business is where it is today. And literally, we're just getting started. Use the tools that are available. This call is amazing. There's so many other calls. There's so many great leaders in here. I don't have to, I just copy paste. Do the same thing. Really. God bless everyone. Have a good afternoon. Digna, Deleon, Morris. It was great being here with you guys.